Now, let me get up and let's go look at some tweets on the big screen right here. Okay. This is one of my favorite parts of the show when I take some of your tweets and I put it up on the big screen because I want everybody to know who you are. See, I want you to be able to hide. If you're going to tweet, I want them to see your Twitter handle. I want them to see exactly who's sending me some of these ridiculous, dumbass questions some of y'all be sending me, even though I do get some good ones too. So let's go down the list. At CFC Accountable. Stephen A., my generational wealth is attracting the ladies. But how do I ensure they like me for who I am and not my deep pockets? Let me relieve you of your concerns. You'll never fully know. Ever. As long as you got dollars and they know you got those dollars, you'll never fully know. But I have to confess, and this is not a good thing to confess because I got people watching me right now. You understand what I'm saying? Especially my family and my loved ones. And I usually don't reveal these kind of secrets. But for the purposes of my audience, because I love y'all so much, I'm going to do that today. I do have a strategy. And believe it or not, I learned it from my mama. And you know what that strategy is? Be a pain in the ass. Be a royal pain in the ass. Get on somebody's nerves so much that the only way they can stay with you is because they love you so much. All the money in the world wouldn't keep them with you because you are that much of a pain in the ass. If you do that, that is a strategy that could potentially work. Now, that doesn't mean it's foolproof because you got some women that could be in it for the long haul. I'll take whatever the hell I need to take to stay with you. And by the way, you got some sorry-ass, mooching-ass men who don't want to go out there and work their behinds off and provide for a living, and instead want to make a living mooching off of women who do the same thing. So I'm not gender biased here. I'm just saying the closest you can get to it is being an annoying, royal pain in the ass, enough so that she looks at you and you look at her and you go like this. She must love me to be able to tolerate me with all of this nonsense. That's the closest you can get. Outside of that, I can tell you this, you'll never know. You'll never, ever know. So the best thing you could do is make sure you get as much as you can while you can. So if it does come to an end, you don't feel like you got hosed. You got something out of it just the same way she did. It's the best I could do for you, bro. It's the best I could do for you. Let's go to the next one right here, please. At Who's Breezy UK, he writes, Stephen A., what are some red and green flags you look out for in a woman? Okay. I don't trust a woman who does not know how to communicate. That's usually our problem. We're the ones, not me, because I know how to talk. But most of us as men have a problem communicating our thoughts and feelings and things of that nature. Women are not ones usually with that problem. If you run across a woman, I just want a salad. You go across a woman, and every time you want to, I really don't want to talk about it. You run across a woman, and she's just up there, she's quiet, especially the ones that are quiet, and just look at you, but have nothing to say. Those are the most dangerous of all. There is no red flag greater than a woman that has nothing to say, but has that look that lets you know she could take your ass out. You don't want that. You ain't want to mess with that. She's the kind of person you sleep with one eye open at night. You scared of what she gonna do to you. You don't want that. You also don't want someone that goes to the extremes. You know, the one that'll slash your tires. The one that would, that do all types of dastardly things to you because she didn't get her way. The psychotic ones. Because there's some kind of psychotic men too. This is, well, again, no gender bias here. There's all of that too. So those are definitely red flags. Red flags, okay? Somebody that doesn't like sex or doesn't like enough of it, that's a red flag too. Because if she don't like it now, what the hell is she gonna like once y'all get married? That ain't gonna work. That's another red flag. Here's the green flags, which are good things. She can talk, she can communicate. She knows how to talk to you in a way where she's firm and commands respect, but doesn't disrespect you in the process. She understands there's a place that both of you have in a relationship. You play your position, she plays her position, whatever that position may be. It's not a societal standard, it's a standard you two create with one another. And here's the biggest one. You don't even ever have to hear her tell you she loves you. You can look at her and know she got me. When you see that, that's a green flag. She's special. Always treat her like she's special. Let's go to the next one right here. At the Marv 1. Stephen A., can you name a moment of failure in your life that led to a future success? Easy. When ESPN fired me in 2009, or shall I say not renewed my contract. That was one of the most miserable moments of my adult life because it was scary and I was unemployed with no prospects whatsoever. And at that time, it was illuminated in my mind in the short period thereafter, all the mistakes that I had made. And the biggest mistake that I had made was that I left my destiny completely in their hands instead of taking control of it myself. It's one thing to have a job. It's one thing to have a career. But when you have either, you have no vision for yourself whatsoever, you leave your vision at the mercy of others. It's not knocking them or any employer. It's simply making the point that mastering your own business, meaning understanding what you want, what it entails, and how to go about getting it, is you being a visionary for your own destiny. That was sparked for me when I was let go in 2009. Now the thought of me being let go doesn't faze me nearly as much as it once did, because I know I'm going to have a plan B or a plan C or a plan D if indeed that were to ever happen to me again. It has nothing to do with my present employer. It has everything to do with what you see here. This is mine. And it's mine because I had the vision to build it. So if I lost my job tomorrow, I could come right here and do this job. That was important to me. That was what I felt I needed to do. I hope that answers your question. Last one, right here. At Zane's JSJS 2885, Durant or Larry Bird? Tricky question here. I don't believe Larry Bird was the talent that Kevin Durant is. I think Kevin Durant is one of the top 10 players in the history of basketball based on his skills and his stats. But there's certain things you can't measure from stats. Larry Bird was a sniper, one of the greatest shooters in NBA history. By the way, a leader and a 3-time champion. And he had the NBA, like Magic Johnson, on his back, having to build the league. Once upon a time when Larry Bird and Magic Johnson came into the league, the NBA Finals was on tape delay. They took it to another stratosphere and made it acceptable for basketball to be brought into everyone's living room. And then Michael Jordan took it to another level and helped globalize the NBA into the iconic brand it is now today. But it starts with Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. And that is the reason I'd have to give Bird the edge over Durant. Durant, height, ball handling skills, overall ability, that goes to Durant. Larry Bird, leadership, and a willingness to embrace the pressure that comes with it, entirely different than Kevin Durant. I'd have to go with Larry Bird in that regard. There's one more tweet. I forgot, by the way. Let's go to that. At manboob_sports. Do you think we should go through with this? Rashard Mendenhall, I believe that's a former NFL player. I think he was playing for the Steelers, if I remember correctly. He says, quote, I'm sick of average white guys commenting on football. Y'all not even good at football. Can we please replace the Pro Bowl with an all-black versus all-white bowl so these cats can stop trying to teach me who's good at football? I'm better than your GOAT. Brother, that's ignorant. Respectfully, that's ignorant. First of all, the greatest quarterback who ever lived was white. That would be Tom Brady. Last time I checked, that's in the sport of football. The Drew Brees, the Dan Marinos, the John Elways of the world, Joe Montanas, the history of great quarterbacks throughout the National Football League, a lot of them were white. Now, we had some great black ones. Warren Moon, Donovan McNabb, Steve McNair, various others. We see what Jalen Hurts is doing. Patrick Mahomes may be the greatest of all time. Let me not forget to throw Aaron Rodgers in that list of the white quarterbacks who've done big things, and I think he's one of the top two greatest talents at the quarterback position in the history of football. Don't do this. There's plenty of brothers in the National Football League who can't play better than some of the white boys. There are more blacks that play better than more whites, but it's an amalgamation. It's a mosaic for a reason. You don't have to racialize it on this level. Cooper Kupp can't play. Puka Nacua can't play, even though I wouldn't say he's white. You've got wide receivers who could play. You've got Christian McCaffrey, who's a league MVP candidate. He's white. You trying to tell me there's a whole bunch of brothers better than him? Rashard Mendenhall, with all due respect, you weren't better than him. Come on, bro. Let's not do that. Let's be fair. There are more black players in basketball and football. That is true. But there are a lot of quality whites playing in those sports too. Let's just be respectful and appreciate the greatness. I would have much rather preferred you talking about how black coaches aren't being given enough credit and enough opportunities compared to white counterparts. That would have been more fair. This is a bit extreme, bro. I can't go with you with that. I can't go with that then, all right?